If he diss me, he miss me. You know?
If he diss me, he miss me.
But at the same time, if he don't love me, it's. But I mean.
So when you take into consideration the max punishments for all of his charges, yeah, he's facing 200 and whatever many years.
I talked to YB before he went to jail. Like, I don't know. I guess it's a love-hate relationship. I don't know.
The drama between Boosie and NBA YoungBoy is reaching new heights. These two have been feuding for what feels like forever. And now Boosie is back at it, roasting YoungBoy after shocking reports surfaced that he could be facing up to 250 years behind bars. Can you believe that? Everyone expected maybe a couple of years. Asterisk asterisk 23 months tops asterisk asterisk. But 250 years? That's like 3 lifetimes. Let's be real though. NBA YoungBoy has a long list of charges stacked against him, and the courts aren't showing him any mercy. It's looking like he's about to be locked away for a seriously long time. And, of course, Boosie just had to jump in, throwing his 2 cents into the mix and making the whole situation even crazier. This beef is getting wild, and it doesn't seem like it's slowing down anytime soon.
For second-degree murder, you might get 20, 30 years. You go to trial in Louisiana for second-degree murder, it's an automatic life sentence. Other states, manslaughter is 5 to 15 years, something like that.
Boosie has been a certified NBA YoungBoy hater for what feels like forever. This whole mess started back in February 2022, when YoungBoy dropped the fire track, I Hate YoungBoy, and he took no prisoners. He went after nearly everyone in the rap game, and Boosie was definitely on that hit list. One line had everyone talking. Feel like Boosie don't even like me, B don't call my phone. Fans were shocked because most people thought these two were actually cool. But clearly, there was some serious tension bubbling under the surface that no one saw coming. And you know Boosie wasn't about to let that slide. He clapped back almost immediately with his own diss track. I don't call phones, I call shots. In the song, Boosie basically called out YoungBoy for all the sneak disses, questioning why YoungBoy didn't just reach out directly if there was a real issue. Boosie was like, if you've got something to say it to my face. Don't be sneak dissing me in your songs.
I'm gonna call you up and say, yo, let's work it out. Would you do it?
I don't want to talk to that nigga.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to that. Like, you know, you trying to make like, I don't want to talk to him. But
what really got under Boosie's skin wasn't just the diss tracks. It was finding out that NBA YoungBoy was clearing songs for other artists but flat out refused to do the same for him. That's where the real hurt came in. Boosie felt snubbed and disrespected to his core. So why is there so much bad blood between them? It all boils down to miscommunication and unmet expectations. Boosie expected loyalty, and when YoungBoy wouldn't clear tracks for him, but was working with everyone else, it felt like a slap in the face. To Boosie, this wasn't just about music, it was about respect. He felt like YoungBoy was turning his back on the people who had supported him from day one. That's when things got seriously messy. In a Raw interview, Boosie admitted that the beef hurt him way more than anyone realized. He never reached out to YoungBoy directly because he didn't want to make things worse, but you could tell there was real disappointment hiding behind all that tough talk. Fast forward to February 2024, and Boosie revealed that he and YoungBoy had reached a mutual understanding to stop talking about each other publicly. They weren't exactly on speaking terms, but they were at least trying to keep the peace. Or at least they were trying, because now that the news of YoungBoy's potential 250-year sentence is making the rounds, asterisk asterisk shout out to 1090 Jake asterisk asterisk for breaking that story, Boosie is back to throwing shade like it's his full-time job. According to sources close to him, Boosie feels no remorse for YoungBoy's situation. Supposedly, Boosie warned YoungBoy to get his life in check when they were still on speaking terms, but YoungBoy's ego was through the roof. He thought he was untouchable. Now that it's looking like he might never get out, Boosie apparently sees this as straight-up karma and thinks it's exactly what YoungBoy deserves. And speaking of 1090 Jake, he's not just making waves with the NBA YoungBoy case. He's also been named in the YNW Melly case after exposing a private investigator. That situation is getting wild, but we'll get into that in a minute.
Detective Danny Polo, who got exposed, he keep bringing me up, and he wants to use an interview that I did with you, and that I did with No Jumper, that have nothing to do with Mel.
In case you're wondering why 250 years, NBA YoungBoy's legal troubles go way back, and it's been one wild ride after another. It all started when he was just 14 years old, getting arrested for robbery and spending 6 months in juvenile detention in Louisiana. And that was just the beginning. By 2016, things escalated even further. YoungBoy was arrested in Austin, Texas, for allegedly jumping out of a vehicle and opening fire on a group in South Baton Rouge. He was hit with 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder and remained locked up until May 2017. Eventually, he pleaded guilty to aggravated assault with a firearm and received a 10-year suspended sentence with 3 years of probation.
I ain't doing nothing while you holding him like that. Man, he ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing though.
But YoungBoy didn't slow down for a second. In February 2018, he was arrested again in Tallahassee, Florida, on a Georgia warrant for weapons violations and kidnapping charges. If that wasn't enough drama, hotel footage showed him with his then-girlfriend, leading to his release on $75,000 bail just a month later. Things got even messier in May 2019 when YoungBoy was involved in a Miami shooting where his girlfriend was injured and a bystander was killed. Though the charges were dropped, he violated his probation by associating with the wrong people, landing him 90 days in jail, followed by house arrest and electronic monitoring. But the drama didn't stop there. By September 2020, he was arrested alongside 16 others in Baton Rouge for drug distribution and possession of stolen firearms. Things took an even worse turn in March 2021, when federal agents arrested him in Los Angeles on a federal warrant linked to the 2020 case. After trying to flee on foot, he was hit with federal firearms charges.
The attorney argues his client never had possession of the weapons or because he doesn't own any of the cars on the scene. The attorney released a statement saying, in part, his client is innocent of all charges he was booked on last night and looks forward to defending himself.
He was released on $1.5 million bail in October 2021, but by April 2024, YoungBoy was back in trouble. This time in Utah, where he was arrested for possession of controlled substances, dangerous weapons, and identity fraud tied to an alleged prescription fraud ring.
Arrested this week at his Mill Creek home in what the Cache County Sheriff's Office is calling an ongoing investigation into criminal conduct. 24-year-old, whose given name is Kentrell Golden, has been confined to house arrest since 2021, awaiting trial for a federal fire.
After getting his house arrest revoked, YoungBoy was extradited back to Louisiana and ordered to remain in prison without bail. Now, with charges piling up and his extensive criminal history, his 23-month sentence is starting to look more like a 250-year nightmare. So, when Boosie is out here clowning him, there's definitely a lot to talk about. Reacting to the news, one person said, 250 years? I remember a time when he was spiraling out of control. These kids have no guidance growing up and no control when they get money. King Von and Fulio are perfect examples of having no father figure and just being enemies to themselves. Another user commented, I'm glad Boosie is in a better place mentally now. I've been listening to him since 2002. And he used to be a menace who didn't think he'd make it to 25. Maybe just needs to grow up. So I've got to ask y'all. Is Boosie completely out of line for clowning YoungBoy, or is he just keeping it real? Do you think there's any chance YoungBoy can bounce back from all this legal drama, or is his career basically over? And what about this beef? Is there any way Boosie and YoungBoy can squash it, or is it just too far gone now? I am dying to hear what y'all think, so drop your thoughts in the comments below.